Hey everyone, welcome back to Toaster Code, where we make boring coding concepts as crispy as your morning toast. So today we are diving into something every single project needs or every single programming language needs. That's called variables. Now what they are, why they matter, and yes, we'll finally solve the mystery of where, let, and const. Okay? And trust me, by the end of this series, you will be schooling your friends and maybe even your teachers. Who knows? Now the first question is, what is variable? So, at its core, variable is just a way to store data. Okay. Imagine we have a cupboard. Okay. We have a cupboard, it has three shelves. Okay. Here you store your shorts. Here you store your tie. Here you keep your socks. Okay. So, if you need shorts, you will just open this drawer. Okay, if you need tie, you will open this drawer. If you need socks, you will open this drawer. It's because you know that what is kept at what place. Okay, imagine these drawers. Okay, imagine these drawers as variable where you store anything. Okay, so that you know that okay, I have stored this data at this variable. Okay, that's the overall concept of variables. All right, so did you understood like what variable is? Now let's see. In JavaScript, we have three ways to declare a variable. That is uh, var, let, and const. These are the three ways by which you can declare a variable. Okay. Now, how we can declare a variable in JavaScript? Let's see. So it's like var uh, socks equal to blue. Okay. I'll just explain that what I am writing over here. All right. Yeah, we got the output blue. Okay. Okay, so here you see where. What is where? It tells JavaScript that you are creating a box. That is, you are creating a variable. Now, what is socks? Socks is the name of the box. I mean, the name of the variable. Now, what is blue? Blue is the thing you are putting inside the box. You need a socks of blue color, so you are putting, you creating a variable named socks, and you are setting it as blue color. So this is what this is how you write a variable declaration. Okay, where is something that like this is the type of variable. Okay, then so this is the name of the variable and this is the value of the variable. Okay, and console.log is something that we use to print the value in the console. Over you can see here, this is the browser's console which I'm using to print the result. Okay, so this is how we declare a variable. Now let's see another thing. We just saw the var. Okay, now let's see the let. Okay, so the same way as var, instead of var you just write the let. Okay, let uh, a equal to 10 console.log a. Okay, yeah, we got the output as 10. Let same with the const x equal to 100 console.log x. All right, here we go, 100. This is how we declare a variable in this JavaScript. Okay, so we just discussed about variables. Okay, how we can declare a variable, but there is still one question, that why do we even need a variable, right? So imagine you are writing a thousand lines of code and you need the number 77 again and again. So do you remember it where I had written the 77? No, right? That's technically not possible. Okay, so what, instead of that, what we can do is we can store that number 77 in a variable. Okay, and whenever we need the number 77, we can use that variable. Thousand lines of code you are writing and you need the number 77 multiple times, so you can put that 77 in a box, or we call it variable, and use it multiple times. Whenever you need, you can just put it. Like I can store favorite number equal to 77 like this, like whatever var, let, or const. Okay, whatever you know. And this we declared this. Now whenever we need number 77, we can just use favorite number instead of writing 77 again and again. So variable makes your code organized, reusable, and easier to understand. Organized, reusable, and easy to understand. Okay, as we have seen why we need variable, what is variable, how we can declare a variable, what are the types of variable in JavaScript. Okay, so what can you store in the variable? That's almost anything you can think of, you can store inside the variable. All right, so you can store a number in it, you can store string, whatever the text you want to store, you can just store here. Then you can store boolean, that is either true or false. You can store objects, that will be group of informations. Okay, then you can store arrays. Now don't worry about objects and arrays if you don't know about it, we'll see it later. Okay, now you can store objects, arrays, and even functions. That's something you might have first heard for the first time, that in JavaScript you can store functions as well in a variable. Okay, isn't it cool? It's JavaScript is really cool. Okay, sometimes it confuses people, but it's cool. So let's see some example of all these things. Okay, so just to keep the video short, I'll just write the example of all these types. Okay, and then I'll just resume the video. Okay, all right. So this let age equal to 25, this is the number. Then let name equal to toaster code, this is the string. Then let is code working, it's a boolean. Okay, it's boolean data type. Then let color equal to whatever we have value put in here, this is an array. Okay, this square bracket you can write whatever inside it and it will be considered as an array. Okay, just if you want to put multiple values inside an array, you just have to use this comma. So write comma separated value and it will be multiple values. Then comes this object. Okay, let person equal to this is the key. Okay, object uses key value pair. Okay, and this is the key and this is its value. Car, BMW, speed 240. And then let's just see it all the results, that how it's working. Okay, and here it is, age 25, we just did here. This is the number, this is the string, this is boolean, this is an array. Okay, here you can see it's array. Array always start with 0, indexing always start with 0. This is the array and this is the object. You can see here car, BMW, speed 240. All right, now there are some certain rules which you have to follow to write the variable name. It's not like you can write anything in place of variable name. No, you cannot write this where 123 equal to. No, this is illegal. You cannot start a variable name with number. Okay, you cannot start a variable name with like this is again wrong. Okay, all right, so now what are the rules that we have to follow while declaring a variable? Okay, variable name should contains variable name should contain only letters, numbers, underscore sign, this underscore sign, and this dollar sign. Okay, and that also it should not be at the starting. All right, now it should not contain any spaces, like you cannot write variable like where hello, this is not valid. Okay, if you want to write it, you can write something like this. Okay, this is okay. If you want to write the number in it, you can write the number at the end or in the between, anywhere in the middle, but you cannot start a variable name with the number. That's again not valid. All right, and you should not use all these reserved keywords. There are multiple reserved keywords in any programming language, like let, const, var, function, class, for, and there are so on. There are a lot of reserved keywords. Okay, so we cannot use those in a variable name. Okay, and and this is just a general practice, that name should be meaningful, not gibberish. Okay, like let x equal to 5. Okay, this is wrong. We should not do this. What is x? We don't know. Instead of this, we can put it something like this, that let age is equal to 5. Okay, all right. So this is how you declare a variable. Got it. Now, one more thing over here is JavaScript is a loosely typed language. What it means? It means you don't have to tell JavaScript what type of data you are putting in. Okay, so it's like here I just declared a variable and I straight up front I put the value over here 25. Instead of this, I can, this is a number, okay, but I can also make it a string and it will work fine. Here you can see I got the age as 25. You don't have to define tell the JavaScript that hey, age is a number or age is a string. Whatever the value you will give, it will adjust accordingly. Okay, it's all legal. JavaScript doesn't complain, it adapts like a chill friend. Okay, so JavaScript gives you this flexibility of loosely typed language. Okay, but this flexibility can cause bugs if you are not careful, which we will discuss in future videos. So till now we saw that a variable is like a box to store data, can store any type of information, must follow naming rules, and JavaScript lets you change type easily. It's loosely typed language. Okay, so if variables are the boxes of coding, today we just became Amazon warehouse managers. Okay, so let's keep filling those boxes smartly. Okay, so back in 1995 we had only var. Okay, like it's old school flip phone. Have you ever butt dialed your ex? This var was the culprit there. Okay, then comes ES6. ES6 is ECMAScript 6. It's a standard of writing JavaScript. It tells that how you write JavaScript code. Okay, so JavaScript is based on standard called ECMAScript. Every few years, new version of the standard rolls out. So ES6 was the big update in 2015. So initially, when JavaScript was created, we had only var. Okay, now var had a lot of issues which we will discuss later. Okay, later in the same in this video. So in 2015 update they introduced let and const. Okay, they are not that dumb like var. Okay, so now instead of only var, now we had let and const, two smarter well behaved ways to declare variables. Now let's meet them one by one. Let's start with var first. Okay, so let's see the var. So var was the only way to declare variable in old JavaScript. Okay, now let's see how we declare a variable in var, as we have already seen it, but let's just see it again. Var uh, school equals to homeschool. All right, and we print this console.log school. Here we got the name. We printed the value homeschool. This is how you declare variable using var. But it's very simple, right? But var has some nasty habits. What are they? I'll show you. Okay. We just declared a variable var school over here. Now we can do this as well here. var var school equal to no schooling. Okay. Now if we'll print the value, see, you can declare the same variable again and it doesn't complain. JavaScript is like, okay, this is fine. This is fine for me. So you see, this was the issue with the var. Okay, it's like you are renaming your pet dog every morning and expecting it not to get confused. Of poor Bruno. Okay, now let's jump on to let. Okay, let was something that was introduced in modern JavaScript. That was in 2015 when ES6 rolled out. Okay, then it was introduced. Okay, now how we can declare let? So we can do it like let let's just comment these things. Okay, because we have a lot of variable names over here. If we'll use the same, it will cause issue. Okay, we can do let name equal to toaster code. You see it here, we just printed the name. Now let is not like where. Okay, you can't do this. Let name equal to, you see, we are getting this red line over here. It says cannot redeclare blocked scope variable name. Okay, let is blocked scope, that means it respect curly braces. Okay, how it respects curly braces we'll see it later. Okay, when we'll talk about functions then we'll see it. So you cannot do this here. If you will do this, let's put anything, and we have error here. Here, uncaught syntax error, redeclaration of let name. You cannot redeclare it. Okay, but you can do one thing over here. You cannot redeclare the let, but you can do this. Now it's fine. Now it works. Okay, so you cannot redeclare it, but you can always reassign a let variable though. Okay, now let's come to const. Const was like that strict teacher. It's like once you give it a value, you cannot change it. Okay, you are just not allowed to change it. Let's see here. Okay, we just assigned a value of pi to const. Okay, you cannot do this const pi. Okay, it will get the same issue. Const declaration must be initialized. Okay, cannot redeclare blocked scope variable pi. You cannot redeclare blocked scope variable pi. Okay, but if you are thinking that just like the let we can do this, then no, you cannot do this. 1.8, if you will run it, we have an error here. That's called invalid assignment to const pi. You cannot even reassign it. It's like once you give it a value, it's fixed now. You cannot change it until unless it's not an object. If there is an object of const type, then you can change the value. Okay, let's see. We just saw here that how we can write an object. Okay, let's just use the same object over here. Okay, so and we are getting this value over here. Okay, but we can do one more thing over here, that is sorry, this is let's change it to const. Okay, it's fine, we are getting an object over here, and we can do this person dot uh, car equal to maybe jaguar. Okay, and if we'll do this here, the value got updated. Car jag car type jaguar. Okay, it's like person is the name of the object and car is its key, so you can access object's key, anything from inside the object using its key. Okay, and this is how you can, this is the only way by which you can update the value of a const. Okay, const is like a suitcase, you can't throw away the suitcase. Okay, it's like, but you can rearrange what's inside it when it's object. Now let's see all three ones. Okay, so let's start with where let your x equal to, I'm just taking an imaginary name. Okay, please, if you're someone whose name matches this, I'm sorry for that, I'm just taking imaginary name. Let x equal to Ria. Okay, fine, you have an x, her name is Ria. Now where x equal to, you have another x whose name is Priya. Okay, so what if you will print the console.log of your about your x, what you will get the result over here, you will get the new one, the latest one. Okay, you forgot the previous x. Okay, now this Priya is your latest x, the last x. Okay, so This is the name you will remember. Okay, that when it comes to X, Priya is my X. Sorry. Uh, Let crush equal to Dia. Okay. Now you cannot do this. Let crush equal to Sia. No, you cannot make a new crush. Okay, you are trying to replace your crush without breaking up properly. You can't do this. You have a list of crush. Okay, you can update the crush, but you can't do this. Okay, I have a crush. Okay, now I don't have a crush, or now I have something else. It's not like that. You can update the crush, and this is fine. If I print here crush, you get Sia. Okay, update is fine. Just don't redeclare a new crush. Okay, now let's see about const. Okay, const soulmate. Let's say you have a const soulmate of name Anaya. Okay, now you can't do this. That hey, now I need a new soulmate. Her name is Kavya. You can't do this. If I'll just run this, we have error. Invalid assignment to const soulmate. Okay, you can't replace your soulmate. That's against the rule of both the JavaScript and the nature's rule. Although people are replacing it every day, but me and you will not replace the soulmates. Okay, we are JavaScript developers. Now, where is something like you where here, if you'll see, it's something where like you keep going back to different access, no commitment issue. JavaScript is like do what you want, bro. I don't give a damn. Okay, then comes let is like you have feelings but you are not messy. Change is fine, but don't declare again unless you are in a different block. Okay, now const is like hey, you have found one. Okay, now you are loyal, you can't reassign, but if C is an object, you can still change the playlist in the car. Okay, I mean, why not? So let's do this console log, and this is your ex is Priya, crush is Sia, soulmate is Anaya. If Priya, Sia, Anaya is watching my video, I'm sorry, I just took the random name. Now we just saw let, where, const, all three. Okay, now which one we have to use at what place? From where, let, and const, which one you have to use? It's like use const by default always. Try to use const, or if not const, then use let only if you will change the value later. You know that you are going to change the value, then you can use let. Otherwise, use const. And where, just avoid where. You can just keep it in museum. Okay, if you are if you are stuck with the past, in the past, okay, maybe you are updating a dinosaurs website, then maybe you can use the where. Otherwise, where is like just keep it in museum right next to floppy disk. Just stick to let and const, modern, fresh, and problem free. Now I'm going to discuss a very important topic related to interviews: undefined, not defined, and null. Okay, almost every interviews you will find a question related to this. Okay, these all three are different. It's not same. Okay, undefined, not defined, and all three are different. These three villains look similar, but they are actually very different. And today we'll defeat them one by one. Okay, let's see. Undefined. We'll start with undefined. Okay, it's like I know this variable exists, but I don't know its value yet. Okay, it's like you know that there is a variable, but you don't know what is the value of undefined. Like You'll see here. So I can do this. Let um, let train. Okay. Now I'll do this console dot log train. What do you think its result will be? Undefined. JavaScript knows that I have a variable named train, but I don't know what is its value. So JavaScript sets undefined. If it doesn't know the value of any variable, then it sets undefined for the time being. Okay, this is undefined. It's like you created a box called train. Okay, I mean you created a variable called train, but didn't put anything inside yet. So JavaScript says, okay, this is undefined. It's like you booked a hotel room, okay, but you didn't move in yet. You have not checked into the hotel, so the room exists, but no guests in the room. Okay, that's undefined. Now comes not defined. What is not defined? So not defined is something like it happens when you try to access a variable that was never been declared. Okay, like I can do over here console.log god. I have never declared a variable named god over here in this file. Okay, what if I'll do this? I just got an error. Says god is not defined. Okay, this is what happens in case of not defined. It's like you never told JavaScript what god is, so it's completely confused. It throws a reference error and it just stops there. Okay, it's like asking for extra cheese in a desert island. Okay, everyone is confused and you are hungry. That's not defined. All right, now let's see the final one. That's null. Null is something like you set intentionally that, okay, I'm creating a variable and I'm intentionally making it null. I'm just keeping this variable null. Okay, it's like you manually assign it. Let girlfriend equal to null. If you will print the value of girlfriend, let me just comment this out. Okay, if you'll print the value of girlfriend, you will get null. It's like you created a box and you intentionally put nothing inside it. Okay, null is like having an empty pizza box. You know it's empty, but you are okay with it. It's useful when you want to reset a value intentionally. Okay, you will use a lot this undefined. Okay, so understand it. uh, so let's understand it better way. So undefined, it's like variable exists. Okay, variable exists but no value assigned. Okay, not defined. What is not defined? Not defined is like does not exist. Okay, you are calling a variable that does not exist. Then comes null. It's like variable exists with deliberate nothing. It's like undefined is I'm thinking about it. Not defined is who's that, and null is I know it's empty and that's okay. And boom, you just mastered variables in JavaScript, where, let, const, and even the undefined, null, not defined drama. If your brain feels crispy right now, that's the toaster code effect. Hit that like button if you learned something new. Subscribe if you are on the journey to becoming a JavaScript ninja. And drop a comment if you are still secretly using var. No judgment. I don't judge. Okay. Next up, we'll be talking about hosting is one of the most important thing in JavaScript that will like literally blow your mind. Okay, so next up we'll see about hosting in JavaScript. So stay tuned, and until then, keep your code clean, your coffee strong, and your toast golden. Peace out.